Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to today's edition of Realtors Corner. While we spare some time to let other people join, please let me know if you can hear so we can test run our sound and the rest.
Yes, I can hear you very clearly, loud and clear.
All right. Thank you so much. It's good to have you, Mr. Mike. Right Path Solution. Thank you for coming in. Sincerely, today's guest is someone you want to learn from. He's someone you want to learn from because he's someone that is, when you say skilled, there's something about just coming into the industry and then just doing things anyhow. There's also something like someone have done and achieved what you want to achieve. So when people have achieved what you want to achieve, it's easier for you to copy what they have done and try to improve on it. It makes the job easier. So this person is one person that have done a lot in sales, a lot in building a structure, because one thing is to make sales, one thing is to build yourself to be an authority in the industry, whereby each time somebody wants to buy, your name is ranking. When we call them industry leaders. When you are counting people that are doing well in the real estate industry, then you'll be counting this person, that person. So the aim is for you to try and put yourself in that circle. That when they say, oh, I know people that are doing properties, before they count 20, 30, they are counting you. It means you are visible. Someone is seeing you. And that's how you also get clients who are not in your contacts. Because if the only people you are selling to are the people that you know, it means you are not doing so well. You need to start selling to people that you don't know, that you just get to know them because of this business. And that's when you start telling yourself that, okay, I'm breaking boundaries. I'm exceeding my contacts and all of that. So those are the skills we want to achieve with this Realtors Corner, to bring people who have done what you are intending to do, or what you are struggling to do, or what you are doing. There's always something to learn from a new person. It might be something you know, but the way the person will re-emphasize it will give you a new look or a new approach to that same thing that you have been doing before. So our speaker today is one person that have done so well, and that's why we are bringing her on board. Are you registered on the platform? Are you building your teams? The people that joined the last class, I remember I said it, that one thing in this industry, because it gives you the opportunity to earn both direct and indirect commission. There's money in direct commission, yes, because you are the one making sale. So you are the one making sales, so you are earning a higher commission. But there's also money in indirect commission. Never you overlook that. That indirect commission is the money you earn when the people you introduce to this business, they are making sales. Now, look at it this way. You are helping a friend into this business. And please, when you are getting people, don't do it out of sentiment. Because this boy don't have job, he doesn't have money. Even people that have money, they want more money. So get those people that have contacts. Okay, this is this business. So you get somebody and you get paid. Explain it to them. This is what I'm doing now. Till today, I'm still grateful for the person that introduced me into real estate industry. The person is not very active in the industry today, but I am. So you don't even know who is going to be that sales machinery. It might be your downline. I have seen people that have made more money as indirect commission than their normal sales. It happens. So you don't know how your own is going to work. As you work to make sales on your own, try to build a team under you. There are some days, if you have a very large team, there are some days you just wake up to money that will surprise you. Money that is not your effort. You did not work for it. If you will say that, but because someone is actively doing something somewhere, you are getting the benefit because you talked to somebody about this opportunity. It doesn't stop you from selling. It doesn't stop you from building your own sales funnel and everything. You understand now? So make that effort, create that platform for yourself. It's very advisable. It's very, very, very advisable. Now, the next person we will probably bring on the call will be taking us on maybe some other area that people have identified. Excuse me. Areas like building a platform, a visible platform, working on your visibility. When I say selling more over to other people that you don't know, that is what comes when you become visible, when people know you, when people see you. Now, social media platform, everybody is using it, but not everybody is using it in the right way. So how are you using your social media, your cold marketing, your email marketing, and all of those things? So those are the package we have packaged under this Realtors Corner every Saturday. It's supposed to be 4 p.m., but because our guest has some events, so that's why we had to move to 6 p.m. But every day, every Saturday, 4 p.m., there's always an experienced person on board to talk to us about one of the skills that we need. Now, before we get this thing, let me quickly take us on. As a startup, I believe most of us are new people into the real estate industry. So as I start my real estate industry, the first thing people are asking is, what should I do? How should I go about it? And all of those questions. I think the first thing is to have an identity. As a new realtor coming into the industry, you have registered with a company, with companies that you want to market for. The first thing you need to do is to create an identity for yourself. Brand yourself. Who are you? When we say branding, we don't necessarily mean for you to do all the miraculous things, too much things that are like out of your reach. A branding yourself is more like, okay, this is the name I want to use for my business. That name, even if you are not registered with CAC, if you want to register it with CAC, is also good. But even when you are not registered, for a start, create a name for yourself. What name do you want to bear? Under what umbrella do you want to start your own business? It could be your name. It could be your name, Mike Properties, Mike Realties. It could be your name, anything. But let that identity resonate with people, letting them know, okay, this person is doing property or doing consultation. So it could be something like consulting firm or whatever it is. It is that brand that you are going to promote. It is that brand that you are going to build. That brand might still be your face. That brand might be something outside of your face. Do you understand now? It might be something outside of your face, but have a brand. And when you have this brand, have a value that when they call your name, that value will resonate with that name. Just know, what are you known for? What do you want to give to people? So, okay, I am bringing affordable properties. I am bringing luxurious properties. I am bringing this. Identify what am I in this industry to achieve. Sometimes we are so distracted because we want to do a whole lot of things at the same time. And then at the end, we end up chasing so many things that we don't achieve anyone. So when you join, identify the people, maybe the people in your circle, the people you want to reach out to, and know what you want to start with. Start with an inch. Try to familiarize yourself with a particular company or a particular location or something. Maybe where you know, okay, I can get to this. Learn about those places. Get the industry knowledge. Get the product knowledge of those products you want to sell. So if you are selling for a particular company or two companies, just know that you have gotten to know this company, that even if someone wakes you up from sleep to ask you any question, you can answer to a large extent. Get to know the company. Have the contact. So sometimes you have people that want to negotiate some things and you feel like, okay, let me talk to the company management. So get to know all of these things. And then you start to grow your brand. Be visible. Be out there. You can redesign flyers with your brand logo, with your brand color. You can run adverts on your page, create your page on every platform, be everywhere. Some people might be like, we are seeing you everywhere. Yes, that's what you want. Be everywhere. Do your Google My Business, set it up. If you are setting up anything, say your social media, for instance, make sure if maybe before you became mature, you used to post some funny things on your page, you used to crack some funny jokes, you might want to go back and edit your page. You might want to go back and edit your Facebook and everything. So why am I saying that? Sometimes when you are talking to people about property, they will go and search you up. They will go and look at, and then they will not see you where you were sagging, where you were doing one thing, where you were saying one thing. So you don't know the kind of clients you are going to be meeting. So if your page is not to that standard, go and edit it, go and do some settings there, and then create your page. When you create your page, start growing your page. Be intentional. Intentional.
You don't go first,
So be very, very intentional about the kind of things you are doing. Put things that are attractive, put things that are solid, that when people come there, they will know that, okay, this person is into this business. Now, how do you know if whatever you are putting is quality? Put yourself in the shoe of the buyer. Sell to yourself. Sell to yourself first. So ask yourself, if I'm a client now, this thing this person is posting, or this thing this person wrote, this content, if I'm the person buying, will this thing convince me? Will I be okay? And so if you are not convinced from the point of a buyer, do it again. Do it again. So stand in the mirror and sell to yourself. See your body language. See your belief in the product you are selling. See the way you carry yourself, because all of these things matter. You know, sometimes we don't think about silent words. Silent words are those things you don't say, but people see it. Your body language, your tonation, your mood. When you are talking about a property, you are not even excited about it. How do you want the other person to be excited about what you are selling? You don't project that energy. You don't project genuinity. You don't project transparency. And then you want somebody to believe in you. Don't forget, real estate is a business of trust, integrity. So first, you are trying to gain the trust of your clients. I've had clients who will send me properties of other people. Maybe someone is trying to market them. And when they send them that property, they will send it to me. They will send it to me because they want, yes, they will tell you, somebody sent me this property and I like it. So they want to hear my opinion. If I say it's not good, they will not buy. And then sometimes what happens, maybe you too, you are selling that property. You now say, oh, yes, now I sell this property and this. Someone has done the marketing for you, but you will close that deal. Why? Because it's you that they trust. It's you that they trust. They believe you must project yourself to that point where people see you as an authority in the industry. And don't condemn other people. You know, there's some people have this thing. Any property that is not your property, you just say, no, don't mind them. They are this, that. If you are always condemning other people like you are the only good person. So sometimes clients might send you something and say, this property, if you know the property is good, even when you are not the direct person, still tell them this property is good location, is like this or like this, but it's like this. Whatever you have to tell the person, but build on that trust. And how will you build and gain that client's trust? First, you must invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is in so many ways. Invest in your appearance. We are not saying be expensive. We are saying look proper. There's something, some ladies now, you are going to market somebody and you are going there half naked. You are going to market a client. Maybe you are just seeing the client for the first time or something, and then you are going there half naked. What are you saying? You might get there, the client will forget what you people wanted to talk about. So you are going to meet a client and you want to sell 5 million naira property to this person, and you are looking like you have not eaten since yesterday. You are looking like, oh, my world is falling apart. In fact, when you meet that person, the first thing that will come to their mind is, are you sure you are selling property? You know, because they already look at the business you are doing. It's a luxury business. It's capital intense. The person will start feeling like, are you sure if I give this person money, he's not going to run away with my money? Are you sure this person is genuine? You've not said anything, but the person already have this feeling like you are not genuine. So whatever you are doing at that point, the person is fighting to trust you. So you can just wear even a branded t-shirt and a jean, just look proper, look neat, look like what you are selling. Because sometimes when people say invest in yourself, in your appearance, people's mind just go to, expensive this, and I don't have money to start buying clothes. No. Look neat, appear responsible, very important. Some people will say, I went to market that one and he wants to sleep with me. The day you went to market that person, what was your appearance like? Were you looking like, I am so desperate, please, I can do anything? Because we ladies, sometimes we forget that there are some body languages when you are sounding like, anything. No, don't forget, you are helping this person to make a right investment for themselves, not for you. So what are you projecting? Project, let me help you make the right choice. Not the other way around. Please buy so that I will eat. Because sometimes that's what we are selling. We are selling desperation. Please now. Instead of you selling the value of what that person is getting. See, this property is like this. When you buy it in the next 2 years, because of ABC that is happening around there, you are going to be making this amount of return on your investment. That's what client wants to hear. This house, if you buy it now, we can rent it for you at 4 million naira yearly. That's what the client wants to hear. So if you are giving that attitude like, I'm all about the commission, sometimes these customers don't know that company pay you commission. So, but if you are giving that attitude about, if you don't buy this thing now, that's how I will just lose this commission. Let me also tell you that human psychology, nobody wants the other person to get rich off them. Forget it. It's a natural thing. When people don't want to be used. People don't want to be used. And there's this thing about, let me say, we black or Nigerians. When you just feel like, see, each time, the only time this person is coming to me is when he wants to benefit from me. You just start to build your security up. Nobody wants to be used. So that same thing applies to this industry. When they're only coming to sell to them, they don't want it. But but everybody wants to make money. That's the funny thing. And property is one thing that you will use to make money. So show them how they want to make money with this property. That's why you see more sale. They'll say distress sale. There's nothing distress about it. But because people already know that people like to buy property, distress sale, because they believe it's cheap. The person is in need of money. They want to take advantage of the other person. So those are the keys. Investing in yourself also means investing in your interpersonal relationship. Be seriously involved in people's life, not because you want to sell property to them. Start a relationship. Sometimes you market people, they are not buying. Don't cut them off because you have marketed and they did not buy. That person that did not buy today might buy 2 years later. That person might refer person 1 year later. So do not cut them off. And let every greeting you are greeting them not just be because of the money. Not just because you want to remind them of that thing they want to buy, but they have not bought. Greet them naturally. Greet them for I have this person contact. How are you doing? I just called to check up on you. If something is happening around their area, call them to ask, hope you are okay. I heard something like this happen around your area. Hope you are not affected. People actually want to know that you care. So when you are doing that, you are doing two things. You are also reminding them, in case you have forgotten, I am here. When they post on Facebook, comment. even if it's a like, now when you like, Facebook also keep reminding them or showing them your posts. Because one thing about Facebook algorithm is when you are not interacting with a particular person, they just feel you are not interested in that person. If you notice, there are so many people who are your friends on Facebook, but you don't see their post. That is because both of you don't react to each other's post. So Facebook just assume, oh, they don't like each other. Don't let me remind them. And they will stop. So if you are the only one posting and expecting people to like your post and comment on your post, but you don't comment on other people's posts, you are making a mistake. So socialize where you should. When you are on social media, when you are in a gathering, you go to some gathering, people will come for an event filled with people. They will go back the same way they came. They didn't talk to anybody. They didn't collect any number. They didn't even interact with anybody. It's a very wrong way of doing business because your business needs people. Your business needs people. And don't look down on anybody. Sometimes you see some mechanic, you just say, what will this mechanic buy? I have sold to mechanics. I have sold to people that you least expected them to buy certain kind of properties. So interact with everybody. Try to share their ideas. When you now see that a particular person, okay, this person cannot do 3 million, size them up. Grow that mindset of when you are talking to people, you are starting a conversation with a motive in mind. There's a purpose for the conversation, not just because you want to start a conversation. Try to lead your conversation to be going to that direction where you want it to go. And so when you are sizing a person up, you can know what their budget is like. And then you know what exactly you are selling to that person. If somebody that can afford 1.5 property, you are telling them a 10 million naira property, their mind will cut. They will immediately lose interest. They will just assume property is too expensive, I can't deal. So, but if you are telling that person that can afford 1 million, you are even telling them there's a installment plan that they can take advantage of. I know so many people, young people, mostly those people abroad, that I have encouraged when I tell them, see, do you know, even if you have $100, you can be doing small monthly. And before you know it, 12 months, you have bought a property. So many of them today, they just call me, auntie, I just did one business, so I have 200,000. I say, okay, don't worry. I'll look for a property. We'll start the payment. And gradually, they will pay. So learn to create relationship that you are not selfish in it. At the same time, you have a purpose. You know where you are going. So you are recycling that your friendship with those people with the intention of one day, if they don't buy, they will refer me to somebody. And when they do, also learn to appreciate clients. Sometimes, yes, you help them to do investment, but their trusting you is something you should appreciate. I remember a client that, in fact, someone introduced that man to me. And after buying, I went to his office, I took a gift, and I went to greet him and the wife. And when I got there, I just said, thank you for trusting me. Most people don't trust women in this business. And the man felt touched. Right there in his office, he bought another 6 plots of land in another estate. That's the power of appreciation. Let them know that this little one you bought, it doesn't matter how much property they bought from you. Let them know that this one you did, oh, I am grateful. I appreciate it. That will encourage them to do more. So start your business, create an identity for yourself. Create an identity for yourself so that people can identify you and know that, oh, this person is this person, that name. When you are creating an identity, then you cannot decide to say, okay, I will be known for this. Know your identity, color, all of these things. Don't just be doing things anyhow. Be matured about it. Copy people that have done well and follow suit. Invest in yourself by learning, by putting yourself out there in the proper way. Investing in people's relationship is called people's business. Invest in other people's emotional bank accounts. When you meet anybody, there's this theory, they call it the EBA theory. That's emotional bank account. When you meet people for the first time, you open an account with these people. An account that is invisible. They also open with you. But you know, there are levels of people that you meet. There are some people you meet, is you that need them, they don't need you. So when you meet people, open that emotional bank account with them. How do you do that? The way you start your relationship with them, the things you do after, the way you people keep relating, you just find out that at a point, it looks like this person is owing you. Even the person will be feeling like, this boy, I must do something for this boy. Even you right on this call, there are people in your life that you are also feeling like, I suppose do something for this person. Why do you feel so? Because that person opened an emotional bank account in you and has been depositing without withdrawing. So as they keep depositing, you feel they have deposited enough and it's time for them to withdraw, but they have not come to withdraw. Such people will refer you, such people will buy from you, anywhere such person here, someone wants to buy property, they will tell the person, I have someone in mind. So let's work on this.
All right. So I believe so far, Madam has been stealing value for the past 30 minutes now, and I'm sure we are blessed. I want somebody to just share with us one or two things that you have learned newly today from what Madam has shared, or something that you have you heard from her that you have been practicing and that has worked for you. I want somebody to come and buttress it, like, this is it, I branded myself, or I did this, I did that, it worked for me, so that others can learn, so that others will have, this practical understanding of the message you are trying to pass across. Anybody? You learn something newly, or you have an experience to corroborate the point that Madam has shared with us? Yes.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Actually, I've really learned so much. Just like what our coach said this evening, talking about when you want to get into real estate, there are certain things you have to consider. Of course, she has well said, and part of what she's teaching us this evening, or she has taught, definitely there are practical things that I've tried, and of course it's working. Let me give you an example of what happened the day before yesterday. I feel like, okay, she talk about having your brand. Of course I do, and then like that. The day before yesterday, I was just online. Actually, I was not expecting that. Anyways, I just dropped something on Facebook as regarding one of the properties that we are having presently. Of course, we have a registered company, and of course, we run here in Ilorin, Kwara State. And then, a guy just chat me up and said, I saw your post on Facebook. Yeah, and I'm talking about the aspect of us talking about online presence. Yeah, I think that is really, really working. The guy just chat me up and he said, I saw your post on Facebook and I need land urgently. And he just asked, that, okay, this particular one you are talking about, I don't have the capacity. And okay, that can I get a kind of property that is, the price is lower than that? And I quickly proposed another one to the young man. And right away, the guy said he's interested, and I said, "Are you ready for the stuff?" But surprisingly, we were just actually meeting for the first time. It was on my DM, and do you know the question he asked me? After the whole thing, I know he must have checked my profile. By the grace of God, I practice real estate, but I'm also a pastor. I mean, maybe he has gone through some of those things on my social media, personal stuff, like that. Like she said the other time, that people will love to check what has happened, around around you on your social media platform. Definitely, the guy must have checked all those things. And the next thing he was going to say, "Can I trust you with my money?" That was what he asked me, and I said, of course you can do that. And of course, by tomorrow is coming to where I am to see me. He said the money he's having, he doesn't want to spend it. But the question he asked me, he said, "Can I trust you with my money?" And I say, of course, you can do that. And just like what you
Um,
said, integrity is very, very important. I think that's one of the things I've learned, because there are occasions where some people will collect money from clients and they run away. But I believe with what she has said, she has rightly said, and I've really learned, and I'm learning more. The other thing she has talked about that I have not known before, and I think I've been able to get this.
Awesome, awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. Okay. So now permit me to bring on board Madam Azzizat, who has done tens, hundreds of millions of sales in the real estate industry, is the CEO of Sheltree Property, Sheltree Realty, and put your hands together, everybody. Use the emoji, use the chat, use everything to just type something. As I bring on board Madam Azzizat. I'm not seeing your clap. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. You're welcome, ma. You're welcome. You're welcome, ma.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
Hello.
good evening.
You
Hi, good evening. Good evening, Aka. How are you? Good evening. Hi, everyone. Trust to have
very
a
well, thank you. You're welcome.
great day. Yeah, thank you. My name is Oduwole Azzizat, and I prefer to be called the lead realtor at Shelter Realty Co. So basically, I'm also a realtor like everybody here, and we sell, we market real estate, we help people buy houses, get shelter, help them build their cash flow, because that is what you are as a real estate agent. You are your current property advisor. People that buy property are not people that are still hungry. These are people that still, and instead they're still very much well to do and all of that. So you are there to be the advisor to them, so that they can make the right investment decision, so that they can trust your judgment, because you are in the market, you know the market, you understand the market, and that's basically your role as a realtor. So today I am honored and I'm happy to be speaking about being, or how you can transition from being just a beginner to a pro, where you get to unleash your real estate sales potential. So you are a beginner in real estate. Somehow you found yourself in real estate. Maybe somebody introduced you and said, come buy real estate. Or maybe somebody said, come sell real estate. Or maybe somebody even said, yeah, this thing called real estate, they're doing like a network marketing thing, and if you join, you can do this, you can do that, you can get this, you can get that, and all of that. However way you might have gotten into the business of real estate marketing, one thing is for sure by now. I believe that both as a beginner and as a professional, or you're just even starting, you're starting to understand what your importance is in the market. So at the end of the day, you realize that it goes way beyond the sell 10 plots and go to Dubai, sell 100 plots and go to London, America, and everything that every real estate developer has put out as just incentive and everything. It goes way beyond all of that. It is as important as almost life itself, because the money that people give you to buy this property, some of them, I've had a client told me that this is the entire saving is dropping to buy this land. Now imagine put yourself in a situation where you're reaching out to somebody, right? And you're telling the person that I want to buy this thing, but this money that I'm giving you, this is my life saving. I joined this Zoom, I mean this Google Meet, when I heard, I think the moderator or someone saying that somebody reached out to him from his profile, and then the man was like, "Can I trust you?" I'm just bringing that up so that you know how important it is, or how valuable your role is in the market. There are billion developers out there. There are thousands of people building, selling land, selling houses. What makes you that realtor, that you get to become a professional realtor, is your differentiation, the way you position yourself, the way you allow people to perceive you, the way you churn out your information, the way you do your business, the way you carry yourself. See, I tell people, even if I do not have one naira today, you're not going to know. Why? Because I am not going to appear to you as somebody that does not have one naira. From the way I speak, to the way that I would dress, to the way that I would interact with you, everything will be reaching of money because I am trying to collect money from you. So I cannot be looking like I am hungry. I hope you understand it now. So what we're going to do in this class is we're going to break it down. We're going to start with your why. I believe that for every morning you wake up in this life, you want to ask yourself that question of what I'm doing today. I don't know if it's just me, but when I wake up in the morning, there's this feeling of it's another day, it's another opportunity. Then I go, okay, what are the plans that I've made since yesterday with respect to the things that I want to do today? Then I start to work towards it. Why? There is a goal in sight. So at the end of the day, the scholars that wrote book, Simon Sinek that said, start with your why. And so many other people that said, if you're looking to start a business, if it's a hobby that you want to turn into a business, if you just want to do something, anything in this life, there is that W question that you have to ask yourself. Ask yourself that why. So what to do, the how to do, the where to do, and every other W questions and H will flow through very easy. So you get to sit down right now and ask yourself that question of why do I want to be a realtor? Is it just because you heard that people are making money, they are getting cars, they're getting trips and all of that? If that's your reason for becoming a realtor today, I put it to you that you'll be frustrated out of the journey because the journey is not that easy. Go ask the people that are getting the cars today, that are getting the incentive today. Some of them have spent 10 years in this business because this is a business of trust. This is a business of high tickets. You are not selling bag. Neither are you selling shoe. Neither are you selling pen or book and everything. You're selling millions of naira. Sometimes it even runs into billions of naira. So you better be ready to ask yourself that question of why. Why am I selling real estate? Why am I even doing this business? Because trust me, I've seen people that did Lagos real estate and then they sold really well, and in 2 weeks they were out. One of them said, nope, I am not going to, I can't even do the stress. You understand? Another said, the way people were calling her left, right, center, my house, my land, my this, that. And she cannot stand it though. And that's to tell you that because they entered the market with the wrong notion. Now, don't get me wrong. Every business in this line, every business, no matter a business that comes today and tells you that, oh, we're trying to solve a deficit, it's a lie. Everybody wants to make money. Do you understand it? Everybody is all about the profits they can get in that business. But then, at the center or at the core of their activities, in order to be able to make that money and that profit, is the answer to the question of why. It might be the founder of the company that says, I want to create something, do you understand, that helps people to navigate through life or something. That is the answer to a why. Do you understand? Why is it doing that? Do you understand? Because it says that, oh, okay, people are going to need this thing. If somebody had told you that there's going to be difficulties growing up as an adult, you probably want somebody to have told you 3 years ago when you were in school that, guy, lady, find a way to save as much money as possible before you get out of the university. And then somebody wakes up and says, you know what? I want to create like a foundation that says that I help you from your university level to at least your adult level to when you get a job or something. Why? Because I do not want you to come out into the market and then you are unemployed or you don't have things to do and then you become frustrated and depressed. That is the why. If somebody out there saying that I do not want people to be frustrated and depressed, that is why I am doing something. That why is as powerful as what you're doing. So you're going to go back and sit down and say, what is my why? Why do I want to become a realtor? Why do I want to sell real estate? Yes, I'm going to make money from it. I am going to make millions, depending on the level you're willing to give your business. Do you understand? The level of attention, trust, and work you're willing to give your business, you will make billions in this industry. Because I tell you, people are buying and reselling, people are selling and rebuying, people are renting, people are needing a place to play, a place to stay, people are needing a place to do business. Do you understand it now? There's always a constant demand for real estate as long as we're still breeding, as long as human beings are still procreating, as long as more need for shelter is being required, it's still in demand. People would always need real estate. It now takes you to be the service provider, to be the one to link them to the real estate deal that they need to serve that their current need. So you need to sit down and say, why do I want to do this for people? So once you're able to define your why, you will go very far. And if today, in the course of your business, you overcome, you stumble on a particular audio or anything, that why is what drives you. Do you understand? And helps you to say, oh wow, well, I'm doing this business because I want to help people, because I want to stand out, because I want to be the one to convey the truth, because I want to help people see that when they are in distress and everything, they can fall back on their real estate assets, because I want to be known as somebody as intelligent. Whatever your reason is, your why needs to be there. So it is that why that drives you through the course of being a beginner to a professional. So I want you to go back today at assignment number 1. Put it down and say, what is my why? If you're unable to define what your why is by yourself, go on Google, go on the internet and type it right there and say, why, or what is the role of a real estate agent? Why do I want to become a realtor? You would see several answers. You would read through them. These things will help you define and shape the way you see the real estate market. That way, you'll be better positioned as the next person to give financial or real estate advice to your client. So that is the first thing you need to do. Now, I'm going to take this class as we've all defined our why. You've done the assignment. What is the next thing for you to do? From being a beginner or from being a novice that just heard about real estate, oh, I'm interested, I've not defined my why. The next thing that that I advise people to do is find somebody that would light your path for you. And who is that person that will light your path for you? A mentor, a business coach, a real estate person, somebody that's been doing the work for maybe 5 years or 10 years plus. That experience, and I'm not saying somebody that is doing it as a side hustle, somebody that is doing it full time, that knows the in and out of the business. Even if you are 60 years old, and it's at 60 years old you decide that you want to be a realtor, find somebody. Now, you might find somebody that is 30 years old or way younger than yourself. What you need to do is go meet the person and say, I want to navigate the waters of this real estate. I want to be able to sell real estate. I want to be able to guide my clients. I want to be able to provide good deals to my clients. If you understand the market better, how can you help me to also give my clients good value? You can decide to opt to be an intern. You can decide to join a network, a brokerage group. You can decide to go into a company and tell them that you want to learn. People will accept interns, you understand? You would add value to the organization. In return, the organization will add value to you. So I want to believe that everybody here, somehow, have people that they are looking up to. And the person might be Mrs. Amaka right now. So you're all working on that and you're saying, okay, you know the market matter, lead us, guide us, do you understand? So that we can be able to give our clients good deals and everything. Now, the reason for you doing this, all of this, is because you're trying to differentiate yourself. Do you understand? Because you need to understand that everybody, I put it to you, I look here, bam, I am a realtor. I look here, bam, I am a realtor. Forward, I am a realtor. Backward, I am a realtor. Everywhere, I am a realtor. I am a realtor. I am a realtor. And I'm like, wait, hold up. Who are the people who are selling to? But everybody is not a realtor. Do you understand it? So why would the client now pick you over somebody else to buy from? Why would they say that is the person that I want to buy from? If it's not for the fact that you're going the extra mile to differentiate yourself. And differentiation is by the knowledge you can give your clients. The amount of information you have at your fingertips is what makes you that authority, is what makes you that professional. That people come to and say, I want to buy from this person. Not because you're the best man for the job, but because you're the one with the information and you're the one they can see. I hope you understand what is going on right now. So define your why. Get a mentor or enroll in an organization or enroll in a real estate school. Somehow, align yourself with somebody that is already doing the business and keep learning. See, let me tell you something. Even if you find out that you know way more than that person and you see that person as somebody that you can learn from, go and learn. When you learn from that person again, go and meet somebody else and learn. Go and meet somebody else and learn. Meet somebody else and learn. Gather as much information as possible. Because in the process of gathering information as possible from people, you're gathering system building, you're gathering solution driven innovative ideas. All of these things are things that you gather from giving your time, do you understand, to somebody to say, I want to work under you, do you understand? In the process of you working under them or being an intern with them or something, you're giving your time, they are giving you their knowledge. So it is that knowledge that you will now use to position yourself as the authority in the market, do you understand? So that your clients can see you and see person A and see person B and say, nope, I am going for this girl that sounds so good intellectually. I am going for this girl that is well put together. I am going for this girl because she's just told me that, oh, even I do not have to buy a plot of land to build a duplex, because everybody feels like until you buy 600 square meters, you cannot build a duplex. I am going for this girl instead. The tiniest reason is why you find out that a client wants to do business with you. But if you do not have the information as to why they want to do business with you, or you don't even have the information as to what they might be needing from you, how do you want to serve them? It's not just like closing that deal and collecting 5% and walking away. For you to have closed that deal to collect 5% and walk away, it means that that client has seen good value in you. Now you go from, I'll talk about how you can get leads to convert into clients, but the fastest way that people can get leads to convert into clients are your warm market. Your warm market and your friends and family members. Although there's a popular notion that your family members will be the last to buy from you, which is very true because strangers will buy from you first. However, you might be lucky enough to see maybe like an extended family, do you understand? Somebody that knows you through somebody who call the person an acquaintance. Those are the first people that will buy from you. So when the acquaintance buy from you, you go into the cold market and sell to people that do not know you at all. They buy from you, they in return your family. So the question is, if you do not put out valuable information, if you're not talking the way you're supposed to be talking, how then is the cold market supposed to accept you in and allow you be their realtor? So in all of these things that I'm saying, I'm already listing ways for you to generate lead. So I said, first of all, define your why. I said, go out there and find the mentor. And I said, equip yourself with so much information, then go out there and start to hunt for clients. Now, I must say something. Because we keep forgetting that realtors that sell every day, they don't just wake up today and be realtors that started selling every day. No, they moved from realtors that had zero sales to realtors that now have record-breaking sales. And they sell every day. So you enter the market hoping to be somebody that has been doing real estate for 10 years. No. You would crumble, you would crash, Jonathan, because you will be overwhelmed. You start to do so many things that you're not supposed to do. You would lose focus and everything. So which is why it is very much important for you to define your why. So that when you're losing focus, your why will take you back to why you started the business in the first place, Jonathan, and you'll be very focused with what you're selling. So now I was saying, go out there and generate leads. How do you generate leads? We finally got into the real estate business. The number one thing I tell realtors that come to me and my downline to do is that the cold market is an hungry place. If you're not ready, they will tear you apart. The cold market is an expensive place. If you're not ready financially, you will go broke, because you're going to spend money. Mark doesn't send you. Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, doesn't know you from anywhere. If saying that you want to be on my platform because you want to connect to people, you're going to pay to connect to people. Now, you enter the real estate because you feel like real estate is your poverty alleviation scheme. Tell me how you want to run advert on Mark, when in actual you're supposed to go and use money to meet new clients, and then you're entering real estate as per, oh, this is what will lead me up from poverty. No. It would eventually lift you up on poverty, but you're going to have to do the work first. So I'm very honest with people these days. I do not bother to say, oh, wake up on your WhatsApp, on your Instagram and posting every day. Yes, no problem. If you like, post all the flyers in this life, right? Continue. Maybe you will find somebody that just wants to appreciate the fact that, oh, you wake up every day and you post flyers and then they say, oh, let me buy from you. Or you find 2, 3, 4 people that are just very happy with your consistency of posting flyers and say, let me buy from you. And by that grace, it's a special grace of God. Because I am dropping 50 million naira. not for somebody that is waking up to post flyers, but for somebody that is waking up and sitting there and telling me that if you want to buy a property in a Ikate right now, this and this is what you need to look out for. You're looking to move into the Lekki Island part of Lagos or the island part of Lagos, then you want to check out places like Ologolo or Lekki Phase 1 or Admiralty or even Ikoyi and everything, then you give reasons to. Who do you think I'll come and buy from first? You that you just keep posting flyers, or you that you don't even know where the property is because somebody is listing them to you, you're just reposting on your Instagram, or the person that actually goes the extra mile and says that, goes around and makes video and say, this is Lekki Phase 1, this is what it looks like, this is the popular Admiralty Road. On our Admiralty Road, bulk of all of these houses are commercial houses, and then you'll be shocked to find out that they are selling in billions of naira just because of the presence of this road. Who do you think people will do business with first? Now, I am not going to eliminate the grace of God in this situation. Yes, there is the grace of God. You can just post once and have your big breakthrough. Honestly, to be very honest with you, I'm not going to lie to you. Every day, I pray for that grace because it is easier. You're doing less work. The grace for you to just make a post on your Instagram and then you just go and then somebody sees that says, I'm buying 100 plus. Do you know what that means? You have countered the effort of somebody that's probably been shouting for 100 years. Now, that's not to say that you should not shout. That is not to say you should not put your work on your head. Even though that's still promoting his music. That's not to say that we should eliminate hard work. Trust me, the person that has been doing all of that hard work, that has not had that grace that you had that, just once and you had it, would eventually be rewarded. Because for every hard work you do, for every intent of hard work that you do, and it's pure intention, there is always a huge reward for it. It might not even be in real estate. It might just be somebody that's like, I've seen your consistency over time. I want you to come and join me. It might be donated, and say, I've seen your consistency. I've seen how you do business. I've seen how you operate, how you appear and everything. How about taking up a role in Transport Hilton or come and be my channel or something? You'll be shocked at the endless opportunities that would arise at the fact that you kept on doing something diligently, efficiently, without mediocrity. So that is why I'm of the opinion that whatever you want to do, make sure you do it right and do it well. You do not know who is watching. But I tell you something, that the fact that you're selling and then you feel like, you're not making as much sales as you should, try. Reposition yourself, rebrand yourself, re-put yourself out there. Let people now see much more value. Even when you do that and you're not getting so much sales that you want to get to, continue. The key is to keep striving and have it at the back of your mind that what I am selling is not really an everyday market. Do you understand? But you're showing up every day to make sure that people see you, people hear you, people know you, people like you, and people trust you. These are the things that you need to do. And it's as simple as ABC. So in 2 words, where I'm going to break down this thing, because these 2 words actually they're enclosed actually. All of the other things, lead generation, funnel, conversion, talking to them, closing, all of these things, they are all encapsulated into these 2 words, which are branding and positioning. Do you understand? So that is positioning, 1. Number 2 is promoting. Now, for you to position, you will still go back to your question of why. Do you understand? Now, when you want to go back to your question of why in terms of positioning is, how do I want people to perceive me? Like the roadside realtor, like the roadside real estate agent, or the popular real estate agent among the streets on Instagram? Because everybody literally is doing the same thing, except some of us that are saying, you know what, nope, we don't want to do the same thing everybody is doing, and it's costing us effort and time, but then we believe that somehow we're definitely going to get all of the good results that we want to get. So at the end of the day, you ask yourself, what is the cheapest way to do my positioning? Now, cheapest way, when I mean cheap, not because you want to appear cheap, but because you want to cut costs as much as possible. You are a realtor. You've not gotten to a stage where you are a professional or where you are like a very popular known somebody that everybody on their lips is Tinubu, Tinubu, Tinubu right now. You know Tinubu is popular. You've not gotten to that level yet. So what do you want to do with yourself? You want to make sure that you're positioning, but you're positioning in a way that is not costing you so much money. So if normally you're supposed to position with maybe having a videographer, this, that, cut it down. Position yourself and get somebody that can help you navigate the waters. And what I find somebody that is as good as having 10 people employed. That is what you need for your position. And once you can get that right, you've gotten it right. That is what positioning is all about. Do you understand? Positioning is also saying that what is the value that I want to give people? Positioning is also saying that how am I appearing on Instagram? Friendly? Am I dancing? Am I playful? Am I communicating? Am I a bulk of all of these things? Do you understand? That is your positioning. That is your authority. Am I going to appear as a consultative agent? Am I going to appear as a guru agent? Am I going to appear as a body like a friendly person on Instagram? Or am I just going to appear as a sum of all of these things? All of these things are supposed to be questions that you should be asking yourself, that when I'm trying to do my positioning so that people can see me as the go-to person for real estate, then I need to pick what works for me. So which goes back to the question of asking yourself, oh, what is my personality type? Am I friendly? Am I jovial? Am I serious? Am I intelligent? Am I just a mix of everything? Can I laugh when I'm supposed to laugh? Can I smile when I'm supposed to smile? Can I put out words comfortably when I'm supposed to do it? Can I talk in front of people? Can I speak to crowds? Do you understand? Can I communicate, and I'm communicating with authority? Do you understand? Such that people are saying that, nah, I like the way she talks. As she talks, I want to do business with her. These are the things that you need to understand your power. And that is where you need to understand your personality. So go back today and sit down and say that, what is that thing that I know that if I do it, people would appreciate me? If you starting into real estate, for me or myself, basically, I know that I like to put words together. I like to just imagine and say, oh, if this can be this, if this can be this. I do not necessarily call myself a content creator. Other than that, I'll prefer to even be called a script writer, because I can imagine, I can sit down and think of 1,001 things. And then I decided that if I can do this, then the other form of marketing, which is bringing the friendly tech person, dancing, jovial, and still selling real estate, doesn't apply to me, because I'm not that type of person. Do you understand? That doesn't mean that people that are doing it, they are not selling. They are selling. Do you understand? But I know that I'm much more of a reserved person. I'm much more of somebody that likes to communicate intelligently. So what did I do? I mastered my skills very well, and I started putting it to use, and I started using it to write scripts. And then I found the people that could translate my scripts into vision for me. And that is somebody I'll call maybe a videographer or my assistant, or basically external videographers that I work with. I sit down, I communicate it to them like, this estate, this is how I want to sell it. Do you understand? I write my script, I put my videos together, I put my music together and everything. We go to site, we shoot, they do the editing, and then we're good to go. Now, you might not be able to do all of that stress. Do you understand? Because like I said, do not forget the word here. You're migrating from being a beginner to a pro. Do you understand? To the point that you are the person that everybody calls when they want to buy real estate. So I ask you that you do the basic. But from doing the basic, make sure that when you're seeing the returns, invest it back into your business. And the basic is simply doing what? Go on Instagram, find the people that are selling microphones, find the people that are selling tripod. You have a good phone, sit in front of it, read and gather as many information as possible. Buy a tripod light and the tripod. Connect the microphone to your chest like this and turn out information. Go to site, do videos and let people see it and say, this is this area. That is, over time, you will realize that you're accumulating a lot of knowledge. Do you understand? Such that when you stand and then you open your mouth to talk, you will do it flawlessly. You will do it intelligently. You will do it in a way that people will look at you and be like, how long have you been doing real estate? Then it takes you to say, well, this is my third year. And then they're like, wait, what? Third year? Yes. It means that you've done your work. And from that moment henceforth, you are starting to be seen as the pro as the authority, as the go-to person. But what work did you do? You did all the minor work of gathering information, gathering knowledge, going out, going for inspections. I did it so much to the point that I did not have inspections. I would shout and do video and say, today I am taking clients in I am doing this, I am doing that. There was somebody that I decided to mentor under. When she wants to go for inspections, I'm the one doing the video, and I'm like, today, so the office is going to it's a lie. They were not my clients. But then I kept on doing that, and people kept on saying it, and they kept on appreciating that I was showing up every day, and I was doing all of that every day. And over time, I was able to navigate and understand my personality type. And I was able to tell myself that, okay, I have worked with somebody that knows how to dance and sing and everything, but I'm not that kind of person. I am this other type of person. And I decided that it is time for me to now actually do what? Sit down and redefine who I am and put it out there and let people see. And I tell you something, till this very day, people are appreciating the work that I do, how I intend to market my own real estate, the positioning that I have in the market, and how I communicate basically. And that is another thing that you can do. Now, all of these things that I'm saying are translating to what? Sales, money, commission. Are we not back to the reason why you wanted to start the business? Yes. But what did you do? You added value. That's the thing. In fact, this that I've just said, I do not want to end this Zoom abruptly, but then I would like for you to go back and think of how you can add value to yourself, to your people, to your business, to your clients. If you can answer these 4 questions perfectly well, and trust me, you've gone from being a beginner to being the pro that you're supposed to be. Add value. No matter how difficult, how easy, how simple, how silly it might be. Value ranges from being the one to get the information for your client. Value can be you showing up for them, for saying that, oh, sir, I understand that you're not in Nigeria, but then you've just bought a property. How about you send somebody to represent you for allocation? If you're unable to do that, I could represent you for that allocation and also send your documents across to you. You've solved the problem for them. There's no need to worry about who to represent them and who to help them send their documents. Oh, sir, I'm your hands, I'm your ears right here in Nigeria. So what you need to do is buy this investment, and I'll make sure that I give you constant updates. Value. What is it taking away from you? Your time, because you're exchanging your time for money right now, and that is what business is. Business is basically exchanging time for money. Do you understand? So find a way to introduce value into everything that you're doing. No matter how little the value is, just start from somewhere and navigate the map all through the top. Do you understand? And as more clients you get, I want to beg you for something, which is something that I wish that somebody told me, to not be in a rush, to come back and say, I want to get a business name, I want to set up a business account. Calm down. You're not ready for all the unnecessary tasks, all the unnecessary burdens that come with it. I wish that these were things that I wish that somebody told me and said, Azzizat, continue with your personal brand to sell real estate. I would have been much more happier if I understood that phase early enough. Because I tell you something, turning your business into turning your real estate sales ability into a business to say, oh, I am now something properties limited, is hard work. It is not only hard work, it is financially demanding. So my advice, candid advice, that I want to give you here today is that if it will take you 5 years to finally register your company, do it. But in that 5 years, give as much value as you can. Give as much information as you can. Save as much money as you can. Sit down and open that real estate page with your name. I want you to go back and Google a guy called Ryan Sands. He's a top real estate developer abroad. I want you to go back and Google a lady called Waltons. She is a top real estate lady abroad. Please go back and check all of these people. They are all using their personal name. Ryan Sands just actually introduced or officially started a real estate company last year. And he's been talking about real estate for more than 5 years, since I was in school. That was when Ryan started talking about real estate. But he just did what? He just registered his real estate business last year. And he has opened the real estate business in more than 3 other locations: Florida, Pennsylvania, and one other locations. Follow these people. Go on YouTube and type Grant Cardone. Go on YouTube and type Simon Sinek. Go on YouTube and type, there's this other guy that I can't remember his name right now. Go check what they are doing, how they are communicating with so much confidence. There is a guy that I've heard him speak, and I'm like, okay, starts to be saying so much. But then, the way he talks, the way he puts himself together. See, let me tell you something. One of the greatest skills that you can have in this life is your ability to hold a conversation. My God, people would respect you. People would look at you and be like, nah, because they believe that anybody that wants to talk with you is an intelligent person. So that's why I'm like, speak that rubbish with confidence. Over time, you will be able to do what? Normalize. By the time you start reading books, by the time you start understanding better use of English and language, you will change. These are like the little things that you can just do, can rocket you from being a beginner to a professional. When did I join real estate? 2020, I did my NYC in 2019, and then I joined real estate in 2020. And that was when I decided that I wanted to go run my own business. I wish I had held on from even turning it into a business, and I had continued with my personal name, because I would have saved so much money. I would have not even incurred so many expenses. I would have reinvested back into my business. So I feel like the things that we should actually start telling fellow realtors is the truth. Do not collect that commission today and remember all your family problems. No, I've been there, done that. I'll collect commission, and then that's when I remember that, oh, I want to go back. And it's still a very expensive phone, but yes, I can afford it. But then I keep it to collect the commission, and the next thing I went to do was buy a 500,000 naira phone. Because in my head, oh, I've sold this one now, more clients will come. It's a lie. Hey, it's a lie. Except you've gotten to the level that you now have a large following. Ryan Serrand, I'm talking about, has a total of 6 million people all over his social media. Please, how many do you have? Is it the 1,010 people following you on Instagram that you think you want to be selling every day? Let's start talking reality. Let's start talking to each other with the honest truth. Do you understand? You're going to have to be very honest and very open with yourself. I've gotten to a point in my life where I needed to buy an iPhone to separate my SIM. You know what I did? I remember that my phone was a 2 SIM. I put it inside. I said the money for that iPhone, I'll use it to do what? Run more adverts to reach more people. Put it in my business, because why? My business still needs that money. But I tell you something, the sacrifices that I'm making towards my business right now, by the time it's going to eat so large that I'll be able to afford maybe 4 of the iPhones that they go. It might even be a gift. I might even not even get it as an incentive. But if I don't put that money into my business, what has just happened? I am still in a stagnant position. All of these things that I'm communicating to you, I started understanding them late last year. And when did I say I started real estate? 2020. But it was in 2022 that I started understanding them very well. 2020 was the COVID and the NSAS year and everything. So I wasn't really that functional. 2021, I was still navigating the waters. As of 2022, I knew where I was lacking. I knew where I wanted to be. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not sleeping anymore. I am not waiting anymore. It is time for me to get my game on and do the job. Because if I don't do the job, I do not make that money. If I do not make that money, if I don't do the job, I do not get that recognition. If I do not get that recognition, I cannot make that money. Promotion, positioning. Promotion, positioning. Promotion, positioning. Now we've talked about positioning. The next thing you want to do is your promotion. How do you do your promotion? Communicate. The first people, like I said also, is your warm market. Talk to all of the people on your WhatsApp. Put them in a broadcast list. No, they follow anybody, they look WhatsApp status. See, I do not know what my fellow realtor is selling. That is just the honest truth. I do not even see what they are doing, because I am so focused on what I am doing. My friends are usually abusing me and like, oh, you need to see my WhatsApp status. I'm like, if you want me to check something, send it to me personally. If you're putting it on your WhatsApp status, I will see it. You are lying. I would never see it, because I do not spend my time doing that. Instead, what did I do? I created broadcast groups on my WhatsApp. And then when I have listings, I do what? I write out a copy. And a copy means that a script or a message. Do you understand? That's the meaning of a copy. And then I send it to all of my clients. And then I start to get requests and I start to follow up on them. Some of them I even say, oh, remind me in 2 months I want to buy. Remind them. Put it in your list. Remind them. You can create a Google Sheet or a Google Doc. Do you understand? Mr. So said I should remind, because if you don't do that, you would forget. And that is why I would forever be a Samsung person, because all I have to do is carry my S Pen right on my screen. I'm good to go. So instead of carrying books all around and my phone is all around with me and every single time, why can't I turn it into my productivity machine when I've invested over 1 million naira on this phone? Like the carry all about. No, my Google Notes, all I have to do is just log in and I start to write. I put all my ideas there. That's where you see me write and say, oh, for every idea I have, I write it down. I say today, oh, this is what I am doing, or this is how I perceive myself, this is what I want to do. You write, because if you don't write down that idea, you'll forget. And it's the same way that if you have a client say, call me back, remind me, do this, let's go for inspection, write it down. Write it down, you will forget. Not because you will forget as bad, you're not intelligent or you're stupid or anything. No, life is already stressful enough. That is when you remember one cousin, or they are doing one wedding party, or that you will just, there's so many things to think of. But your business needs your attention. So write it down. Write it down. So when you talk to your cold market, still under promoting and everything, the next thing you want to do is start to sell. Do you understand? And when I say start to sell, I'm not talking of uncle, if you don't buy that thing, you will miss out when you really know that, oh, the land is not safe, is that genuine and everything. No. You sell in such a way that your uncle who cannot resist you, they will buy. They'll be the one to refer you to people to buy. That is how to sell. That, in fact, this thing called promoting is also what people know as marketing. And you know, marketing is in several forms. But I'm picking it because the conversation says beginner to professional. So as a beginner, I'm asking to you, I'm talking based on the fact that I believe that you don't have so much money for marketing. If you want to do full-time marketing, you'll spend billions of naira. But then you're a realtor. Or let me tell you my own story. I started as somebody who just left school. Like I said, I did my NYC in 2019. I finished in 2020. Then I started real estate. So it's not as if I had all the money in the world. No, I needed to make sale. I'm putting the money back into my business. But one thing I wish I learned was this promotion thing on time. That, oh, Azzizat, make that money, don't spend it because another client will not come on time. Azzizat, make that money and run adverts. I wish I learned about Google advert on time. I wish I learned about Instagram adverts, Facebook adverts, YouTube adverts, Google SEO, Google internal marketing, such that when you are opening an app, you know those in-apps adverts that you see, all those games that pop up when you're trying to use insurance, those things are paid for. Those are ways you can advertise your property. Don't be deceived. Gigi, Property Center, Property Toilet, your Instagram, your Twitter, your Snapchat, your TikTok, all of these things that people are. Those are the ways you can market your property because they are everywhere. LinkedIn, oh my God. These are avenues that I wish that somebody told me, other than just telling me, show up and go for inspection and post on your Instagram page and go to sleep. That was most of the things that I was doing. And I was thinking, oh, miraculously, I'll get clients. And I mean, I thought that way because even one of my first clients that bought the house from me came in through that method. But what I should have known was that is not a consistent. If you want to be consistent, because the thing is not saying you just want to do it for a one-time thing. You want to become a professional. That means that you want to keep up with it. So for you to keep up with it, you're going to do the work that comes with keeping up with such a job, which is you exploring means of advert. You see big brands going to the airport, branding it. You think they have money to splurge. No, they are trying to create something in your brain that you will never forget about them. It's just like camping. You walk on the cake that you see that big billboard thing they do. Milo, how many people can you get it out of your head? Or is it Golden More? Is it all of those shows they did? Or is it when they are doing KKB show and then they sponsor the shows because they know that, oh, parents are going to sit with their kids to watch it? Is it several avenues? Is it when you take your child to an amusement park and a real estate brand is like, oh, we're giving out something for kids? These things are marketing. They are not just because they want to splurge money. No, they are trying to create a perception such that you are in or they are in your mind at every single point in time. You would always want to think of what? MTN, Airtel. When you go on YouTube, whose adverts do you see the most? Airtel. There's this gas company that is doing, I think, Dillion Gas. I am tired of seeing the adverts. That is adverts. That is marketing. That is the essence. Putting your brand in the face of people such that they can never forget you. The billboards that you see all these real estate companies do, it is not for fun. It is not for show. It is to put that brand in the heart of the client and positioning them as the go-to person. And that is what you will do over time. So, but the basics that you need to do is socialize and make use of all of your platforms that you have. See, I know people that are on Instagram and they are selling billions in real estate. It is by their network. That's another angle of marketing. You check, and that's what I mean by your warm market. You check the caliber of friends you have, and you start to talk to them. You go into your church, enter all of the association in your church, beyond usher, music department, every Sunday, let the pastor be knowing you. One Sunday, go stand up and say, I want to give a testimony. I am a realtor. I have never sold before, and finally I closed my real estate deal. Hallelujah. Yes. What you've just done is to let people know what your business is. But next time they see you, they say, oh, that's that real estate person now. The next time they see you, what you need to be doing is, have you followed me on Instagram? Oh, you should follow me. Oh, I drop nice content and videos about real estate. From there, they have an uncle that wants to buy. From there, the uncle has a friend that wants to buy. From there, the friend has a governor that wants to buy. From the governor has the president that wants to see you. That is how networking goes. Because something that I know that I took out of my university education was when Bumi Davis saw me and said, Azzizat, if you want to connect the president today, you have 3 contacts to reach the president. That means that what? That one person that will link you to the 3 contacts, you need to find that one person. It is as simple as that. It is that one person that creates opportunities for you, such that when you get that opportunity, you will now be able to meet who you want to meet. Do you understand it now? So it is by growing. And I tell people too, it took me 25 years to be this big and this tall. It took you maybe 20, 35 years, 40, 25, 27 years to be who you are. You just didn't go from being a child to who you are today in 10 seconds in 1 year. It has taken me 25 years to be able to stand in front of people and talk. It has taken me 25 years to be able to do so many things that I'm doing and basically communicate the way that I want to communicate and everything. It just didn't happen in one day. So also, your business will grow over time. It would not just happen in one day because, oh, you're not a realtor, oh, the heavens should open up and manner of clients should fall on your lap. It doesn't just happen that way. Because at the end of the day, heaven help those who help themselves. When you put in the work, it takes God in his infinite mercy to say, I want to bless you with clients. But if you do not put in the work, you're not going to get clients. So for you to go from beginners to pro, I want you to go back today and ponder on the 2 words, positioning and promoting. Positioning in such a way that you're creating this amazing, beautiful content. They can be shot to your phone. I will share you my downline. Any day I see that guy, I'm always so proud that I'm like, that's my downline. If you want me to train you like my downline, pay me. The girl shoots with her phone. She doesn't have all of this mighty equipment and everything. And she's doing so damn well. Positioning. Communicate, let people hear you. People just want to make sure that the people that the person that they are giving their money to is not dumb. The person is sound, the person is intelligent. That's all. And you'll be able to sell. And I'm telling you today that if you're not intelligent, all that you need to do, if you feel you're not intelligent, is go back and gather information and knowledge. That's all. They start to communicate it. Oh, a surveyor told you that Ibejileki, they will soon stop selling land. Be the first person to go back there and say they will soon stop selling land in Ibejileki. The fact that you're the one that communicated that information, forget you are the boss in the market. Your clients will always continuously see only you and you. I have closed deals this year. There was my clients that sent things to me and said, I want to buy this property. Plenty of realtors that are promoting them. Like, oh, I know it. I should pay. That's how I close some of my deals these days. I do not even bulk of all the estate that I sell, that you see maybe sales icon and everything. Most of them I don't even put it down. Clients send them to me. I'm like, I want to buy this. I'm like, okay, give me a minute. Let me verify the company and everything. Go to go. They pay. And I'm still striving hard to go ahead again and be a greater authority than that, such that anybody wants to buy real estate in this Lagos, so if they don't talk to Azzizat yet, they are not buying. That's the level of authority that I'm getting to. And that's the level of authority that you should be getting to. And it's a perfectly healthy competition, because I am me, I am you. The people that will like me might not like you. The people that will like you might not like me. I'm not worried about stealing your clients, and you should not be worried about stealing my clients. But most importantly is to make sure that the information that I'm churning out, you want to be churning out times 2 of that information. It is a very healthy competition. So go back today and sit down and figure out how you can conquer the two words, positioning and promoting. If you can do this too, you're a billionaire, not just in real estate alone, but in every aspect of everything you do, because people would always attribute the word excellence to you. When you figure out this too, all your sales process, your attention, interest, desire, action, all those funnel, those things are very easy. First of all, figure out who you are, why you want to be a realtor, determine your position, and figure out how you want to promote yourself, how you want to be heard. I'll give you an insight into what I want to do, or I'll give you an insight into things that you can do. You can find somebody that can continuously talk about you to people. The person has a large following, and the person is your spokesperson. Over time, you gather people, not because they know you, but because they trust. But because they trust the person that is talking about you. But when they now finally get to you, they want to also see that you're communicating with sense. They also want to see that you have that top value that person said you have. And that is why your positioning is important. So you see that those two P's, they cannot work without each other. You want to promote, what are you promoting? Rubbish. You want to position and you're not promoting. You're wasting your time. You are wasting your time because you're creating such a valuable piece, but then you're not putting it out there. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions, I'll be open and I'll be glad to take your questions at this point. Thank you.
Wow. This is massive. For the past 1 hour now, Madam Azzizat has been dishing out massive value. It's like she should not stop. Please, can you just appreciate it? Just drop a clap, a chat, something. Don't drop the fire emoji in the chat. No.
Thank you.
Drop it. Wow, thank you so much, Madam Azzizat. I really appreciate that beautiful presentation. Yeah. So, guys, it's time for questions now. It's time for questions. I know some of you already have loads of questions, and I know somebody here is going to be asking questions like, "Ma, can you be our mentor?" I know some people have that question, but please don't ask that question yet, because all of us want Madam Azzizat to be our mentor. In fact, even me first. So if you are here, you have a question, just raise your hand. Raise your hand or mute and speak. You have a question, you have something to say about these things. Okay, Gap Up Solutions, please go ahead, unmute and speak.
All right. Good evening. Thank you for this. This conference is a really very good one, and I'm giving a clap to Madam Azzizat. I really love the presentation. It is really mouth-watering, and I can't really fathom what I really learned tonight, because I started real estate February. And from all what you said, I've read online and I've done a lot of research. And from all what you said, it has really encapsulated all what I've been looking for. So thank you very much. God really bless you. And I would like to be one of your boys, like a mentor me on these. I would like to also be a guru in real estate, because I can see from what you're saying, everything, like you hit the head of the nail. So thank you very much for it. So my question is, for a starter now, and you are a kind of person, maybe you know about digital marketing very well. You are able to sell online, market online, but you don't really go out for inspection to inspect apartments, but you have people that could do the inspections for you. Is that advisable? Like, is it advisable for someone that wants to grow a brand? That's my question.
Okay, so I would return that question. First of all, thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. And I'll return that question by asking you a question. If you are a Nigerian abroad and then you come across somebody saying that come and buy real estate, and then this person is like, oh yeah, I can sell real estate to you, and then the client starts to ask you questions like, oh, okay, so this property that you want me to buy, where is it located? And then you're the one now, you're the client that wants to buy, right? And then the realtor is like, oh, hold on, let me get back to you. Realtor quickly calls the person that knows where the property is. What did you say it is? Igwefo. Okay, you call the client back. It's in Igwefo. Then the client's like, oh, great, I know Igwefo very well. Where in Igwefo is it? You quickly call the person back and it's like, oh, where is it? The person tells you the answer. You goes back to the client. And it's like, oh, what title does it have? Okay, hold on, man, let me find out. You call the person back. And then you're like, oh, what's the title of the property? You call the client back. Oh, the title is C of O. By the time you go back, forth, opportunity they say comes but once. Trust me, if I'm the client, I'm not calling you back. Because for me, you just want to sell. By the time I pay for that property, you are long gone. Real estate is a commitment, you would give it all of your commitment. Yes, you know how to do digital marketing, but you know where this property is? Do you know the title of the property? Do you know the owner of the property? When you sell a property to somebody today, 10 years from now, they will call you if there's anything with that property. They want to find out the location of the property, they will call you. God sparing our life to 10 years from now, you are the person they will call. So if you don't know where it is and say because you have good skills in digital marketing that can fetch you the clients, but then you don't know where the house is, you're practically wasting your time. But another thing that I tell people to do is to collaborate. You know digital marketing. Find a realtor that is still probably starting, but then understands the market and doesn't know digital marketing. I feel like the mistake we all try to make is we all want to own individual brands. We all want to be there and say, oh, I am this, I am that, I am the owner of this, I am that. I tell you, it's a lot of work to be the owner of something, to be controlling a whole lot of things. Collaborate. Find somebody that is in the market, that is a realtor, that understands the game and everything. Put out the rules and regulations and the system of how you guys are going to operate. You run the advert, the person converts the client. This is an open business that involves trust. So this person has to be somebody that is trustworthy. This person has to be somebody that has integrity. And that's because you want to do the business and you don't have the time. But I strongly advise that you want to do real estate, you're going to create the time for you to do real estate. You're going to have to stand up and go and find the property. You're going to have to stand up and understand everything about the property, from the owners of the property to the title they want to transfer to your client, to how you intend to get your documents done and everything. You're going to have to do the work. Real estate buying for people is a personal decision. It is a tough decision. It is a huge one that you can't commit it falling into the hands of somebody and say, oh, it's my partner that knows where the house is. What happens to you knowing where the house is? Sorry to say it again, nobody would die. If somebody drops dead and the client comes to Nigeria and is like, oh, I want to see the house I bought from you people, where do you want to run to? Because you sit on the mainland or you sit in your house in the mainland, you're the one doing the digital marketing advance, but you've never been to the house. Or is it flooded? Is the road to the place interlocked? Is there light? Is there water? Is it going to be fully serviced? And all of that. These are questions that need answers. So you cannot you cannot afford to appear like somebody that doesn't know what they are doing in the eyes of your clients, especially when you're communicating with somebody over the phone. If it's somebody you're even saying physically, you can try to be like be friendly and all of that. But this is somebody that you have the opportunity once to talk to them over the phone. And if you do that with somebody like me, you're not getting a call back. So my candid advice, get up. You know how to do your digital marketing. That's an extra edge for you. But get up, go do the work, find the house, know the owner of the house, and then sell it to your clients. And make sure whatever you're selling is genuine.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much. That's really answered my question. The second one is that I've not really gone into sales. I've not done sales at all, because I told you I just started in February. So I've been doing rental, like I've been coming in frequently, and so I wanted to migrate to sales, but I need to know what are the tips you think I should put into consideration before I start doing sales?
Okay, so now Now, back to the question of your why. You want to go into sales, which is a great thing, right? However, sales is not something that happens overnight. You know, I made mention of it when I started. Now, for you to be able to go into sales, the major thing that you need is your willingness and your desire to say, I want to go into sales. Now, what and what do you need? When you want to go into sales, you need a product to sell if you want to go into sales. Now you're going into the sales of real estate. So what is the product that you want to sell to people going into the sales of real estate? Now it is not just sales, is the actual action. Marketing is what I believe you should be asking me. Now, how do you intend to market? And you can market anywhere and everywhere, from your Instagram to your YouTube to your Facebook. Talk about everywhere possible. You can do your marketing. So when you now get the point where you find the clients, then you now start to sell to the clients. Do you understand it now?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, man. God bless you. Thank you very much.
You're
I
welcome.
really
Amen.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, that is brilliant. Thank you very much, Madam Azzizat. Anybody else having a question? Anybody? It's like we are all super loaded. And the next thing now is for us to go and implement, because knowledge without action is failure already, which will happen. And with all that we have learned this evening, it's obvious that we cannot fail. We cannot but make that massive sales. Either you are 2 months or 3 months or 1 year or 5 years in the industry. If you're able to do all of these things, branding, positioning, and promotions perfectly, we have learned this evening, I guarantee you will come back with testimony. And for those who are asking, hey, when I was going to be my mentor, she has a lot of things to do.
I have a lot of
But then if you want to reach out to her, just get in touch with us first, okay, and see how we can work things out for you. So thank you so much, Madam Azzizat, for this beautiful presentation. Thank you for your time. We actually look forward to this event around 4 p.m. and when we notice that it's not going to work, everybody like, oh my God.
I was impressed. Sorry.
So it's good to have you finally. So guys, make sure that you go ahead and deliver, execute ruthlessly, because real estate is a game of numbers, it's a game of trust, it's a game of commitment. If you are not in the game, then you are already out of the game. So if you are not on the field, for instance, you are not expected. Let's assume that it's a football field. You are not on the field and then you want to score a goal. Just imagine how crazy and unrealistic that is. You have to be in the game. All right. So as we go to execute, I trust that we are going to come back with testimony. And please, anywhere you find Shetri Realty, don't forget that is Madam Azzizat brand. She has made tons of millions and still giving much more solutions out there. So go on Instagram, follow Shetri Realty, okay, so that you can be getting constant updates as well. So thank you everyone for joining. I really appreciate your presence here. So thank you, Madam Azzizat.
Thank you so much, Azzizat. Before we go, let me tell you that Azzizat is my upline, even though I started real estate before her. That's to tell you that in this industry, you don't look down on anybody. She's doing something that I am not doing. And most times I'll go to Azzizat, say, Azzizat, can I use this your video? Because when you come to using video to market, just give it up to her. Do you understand? So you need to find out what works for you and put energy to create that thing. She goes out, she spends money, she spends time. I've gone to her, who is your video editor? Come and introduce me to the person, because she put in the effort and is paying off. So like David said, you want to learn one or two. I say this industry is an open industry. Collaboration is allowed. If you know you don't know it, learn from people. Don't be shy. Don't be too big. I still go to her. That's why I have to bring her on this call. That's how much respect I have for the effort she have put into what she's doing. I know when Azzizat is doing her NYSC. I know when she started real estate. But today, I can say it like I look up to her in
It's a
so
giant.
many things. No, seriously. I've been in the industry before she came in. She saw me, and when she came in, she saw me like a role model. But today, I'm telling you, I'm seeing her as a role model in her area of specification, because everybody have their strengths. Her strength is not my strength. I'm still growing in that strength. So thank you very much for coming, Azzizat. I really appreciate
So
this.
let me use this,
This won't be the last time you will be on this call. Just know that we'll be bringing you every time. I know how busy you are, so I'll be telling you ahead, and I know. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Everybody is shouting amen in the back. So let me use this medium to appreciate everybody for joining this call. Remember, this is Leadway Realtors Corner. It is a gathering of realtors and intending realtors to help you understand the market and how you can actually make a headway in the industry. So this Realtors Corner is put together by Leadway Property. And what we do at Leadway Property is to provide you affordable, digitalized real estate solutions in a very transparent way. We make use of this digitalized platform that enables you as a realtor to get an account with us, and then you share this real estate solutions or property with your client. And the moment the client is paying, you are getting your commissions immediately. And then that particular plot is closed out for further sales. All right. So there are a lot of benefits here at Leadway Property. And if you want to know more, please just drop a comment in the group where you belong so that you can learn more from us. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Madam Azzizat. I really, really appreciate you. I'm your number one fan. Don't forget that. All right. So thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Okay. You too. Bye.
Bye.